Hello. So I have been seeing this trend go around on Instagram, and I definitely wanted to make like a long form version of it. I did like a quick little short, so you might have seen that, me just like flipping around the books. But I wanted to get into the 10 before the end of 25 books that are on my radar. Now, if I get all these done, it will be a miracle. If I don't, then it'll be pretty on point. Hopefully I can get them all done. That is the goal. So I want to go over those books with you, and yeah, let's go through them together. I've already started one of them, so I'll talk about that one first. So the first one I have on here is Red, White, and Royal Blue. This is an older book. When was this published? This was published... There's already a movie about it and everything. This was published in 2019, so it's not that old, but it's older. It's probably one of the older books I have on my TBR. I started reading this. I'm buddy reading this with my brother-in-law, so we're both currently at the beginning. I'm about 20% in now, and I'm liking it a lot so far. I love like the first son of the United States and the Prince of the UK, I guess. So I love the vibes. I also am just obsessed with this version with all of the art inside of it. And so that's very fun. So I'll tell you a little bit about this one. So when his mother becomes president of the United States, Alex Claremont Diaz was promptly cast as the American equivalent of a young royal. Handsome, charismatic, genius, his image is pure millennial marketing gold for the White House. There is one problem. Alex has beef with an actual prince, Henry, across the pond. And when the tabloids get a hold of a photo involving Alex and Henry altercation, the US-British relations take a turn for the worse. Heads of the family and state of other handlers devise a plan for damage control, stage a truce between the two rivals. What at first begins as a fake Instagrammable friendship grows deeper and more dangerous than either Alex or Henry could have imagined. Soon Alex finds himself hurtling into a secret romance with a surprisingly unstuffy Henry that could derail the campaign and upend two nations. Okay, it's so good so far. I'm having a really good time. I've heard lots of people love this book, so that is fun. This is my first one on the list to knock off. I should be done probably by tomorrow. So that one's fun. The second one I have on here is The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. So I love Grady Hendrix writing. I read How to Sell a Haunted House, and I was literally cackling out loud. His horror is like comedy horror, and it's just a good time. And I'm hoping that I get the same with this one. So Patricia Campbell's life has never felt smaller. Her husband is a workaholic. Her teenage kids have lives of their own. Her senile mother-in-law needs constant care. She's always a step behind on her endless to-do list. Same girl. The only thing keeping her sane is her book club. I love that. A close-knit group of Charleston women united by their love of true crime. Then James Harris walks into her life during the summer of 1993. He makes her feel things that she hasn't felt in years. But when the children on the other side of town go missing, Patricia wonders if he's connected. Is he a Brad Pitt, a Bundy, or something much worse? This sounds so fun. This might be my... I keep thinking of... I have these 10 before the end, but I also have other books that I know I have to read. Like, I have one other book for a book club. So I have to keep that in mind too. So if I read Red, White, and Royal Blue, I'll probably read the ebook of the Book of Azrael, and then I hope to get into this one. This is the only horror book that I have on my 10 before the end. So I'm trying to like mix it up a little bit because you know me, I'm a fantasy romantasy girly. Next up is Mate by Ali Hazelwood. This is her latest release. So this is the sequel to Bride. And I accidentally dropped it and ripped it. And I'm so sad about it. If you can see it on the top. But it's fine. It's fine. It's a book. I love the art inside of this one. Beautiful. And then when Allie signed it, she put a little paw print. So freaking cute. I love it. I've been hearing such good things about this. I've heard that this is better than Bride, which is going to be crazy because I really enjoyed Bride, like thoroughly. I listened to the audiobook of that one. I do have the physical version as well. So I'm curious to read this one with my eyes. I like reading Ali Hazelwood's books, but I mostly do audiobooks with them, and I noticed that. So the few that I have read with my eyes, I have also really, really enjoyed. Serena Paris is orphaned, packless, and one of a kind. Coming forward as the first human were hybrid was supposed to heal a centuries-long rift between species. Instead, it made her a target, prey to the ruthless political machinations between wares, vampires, and humans. With her enemies closing in on her, she has only one option left, if he'll have her. As Alpha of the Northwest Pack, Cohen Alexander commands obedience. His authority is so absolute, only a fool would threaten his mate. It doesn't matter if Serena doesn't reciprocate his feelings, nothing will stop him from keeping her safe. But power-hungry vampires and wares are not the only threats chasing Serena. Sooner or later, her past is bound to catch up with her, and Cohen might be the only thing standing between her and total annihilation. This sounds so fun! I'm excited. I haven't read a werewolf book in a really long time. I think the last one was like New Moon, and does that count? Because that's like a reread. So third up on the list is a continuation of the Throne of Glass series. So Heir of Fire. Helena Sardathian has survived deadly contests and shattering heartbreak, but at an unspeakable cost. Now she must travel to a new land to confront her darkest truth, a truth about her heritage that could change her life and her future forever. Meanwhile, brutal and monstrous forces are gathering on the horizon, intent on enslaving her world. To defeat them, Selena must find the strength not only to fight her inner demons, but to battle the evil that is about to be unleashed. The king's assassin takes an even greater destiny and burns brighter than ever before in this third book. So I have slowly been making my way through this series. Is this the third or the... Yeah, this is the third book. I read Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and Assassin's Blade, and then now this one. So I'm slowly making my way through. I am not as gripped into the series as other people are. I know people really, really love it, but I know that by the time I get to the end, it should be to a point where it's like, oh my God, this is great. I hope. I'm really hoping. If not, it's okay to have different opinions. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Like ACOTAR gripped me right away. Throne of Glass, it took me a little bit to get through it. I did the first book physical. The second book I did the audio and physical, and then third Assassin's Blade I did completely audio, and that one wasn't bad at all. I liked it. And so this one I'm going to try to do. Oh, I haven't even looked on Libby yet. I need to look through all of these books to see if any of them are available on Libby too, so that can kind of help me get through them. So I might do an immersive read with Heir of Fire if I'm able to find it. Next up, this is the fifth book. It is Katabasis by R.F. Kuang. So I haven't read anything by her. I really, really, really want to read The Poppy War, but I haven't yet. So I'm going to dive into this one. This one sounds so interesting and I'm super excited about it. I've already read the synopsis on this one before a few videos back, but it's okay. I'm going to read it again. Alice Law has only ever had one goal: to become one of the brightest minds in the field of magic. She has sacrificed everything to make that a reality. Her pride, her health, her love life, and most definitely her sanity. All to work with Professor Jacob Grimes at Cambridge, the greatest magician in the world. That is, until he dies in a magical accident that could be possibly her fault. Grimes is now in hell, and she's going in after him because his recommendation is key to her future, and he could hold her dreams in her uncorporeal hands. Unfortunately, her rival, Peter Murdoch, has come to the very same conclusion. With nothing but the records of Orpheus and Dante to guide them, bundles of chalk to draw the pentagrams necessary for their spells, and the burning desire to make all of the academic trauma mean anything, they set off across hell to save the man that they don't even like. But hell is not anything like the storybooks. Magic isn't always the answer, and there is something in Alice and Peter's past that could forge them into the perfect allies, or lead them to their doom. So this one sounds really fun, and it's definitely a different vibe, so I'm excited for that one. Next up is a book that I've been putting off since it was released, and I have no idea why I've been putting it off. I think I'm just excited for it. So it is Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. This one is her latest book, her most recent book, and it is still in the Divine Rivals universe, but it's like a sequel, or a prequel, sorry. So, born into the firelit domain of the Underrealm, Matilda is the youngest goddess of her clan. Blessed with humble messenger magic, she uses to carry words and letters through the realms. But the gods will kill for power, and Matilda holds a secret that she must hide from even her dearest allies. There is a mortal who dreams of her, though they have never met in the waking world. 10 years ago, Vincent of Becket wrote to Matilda on the darkest night of his life, begging the goddess he befriended in dreams to help him. His request went unanswered, And Vincent became the hardened, irreverent lord of the river who has long forgotten Matilda, until she comes tumbling into his bedroom window with a letter for him. Matilda and Vincent were fated to find each other beyond dreams, but to rewrite the blood-soaked ways of the gods, Matilda will have to face something that she fears even more than losing her magic, finally allowing herself to be loved. We're almost to the end, but I have a book that is very intimidating to me. I am so scared of this book. And with good reason. It's a big book, and I've heard that it is very emotionally damaging at the end. So I'm nervous. This is also the book that is going to be our December book club read. So yeah, I need to start reading this book. I need to stop messing around. I know I said I wanted to read The Southerner's Guide to Slaying a Vampire, but I probably should do the responsible thing and read this one next. But I just know that it's going to take up so much of my time and brain. And I'm scared. Okay, so we need a support group for this book. This is Alchemised by SinLin Yu. And this is a Dramini fanfic rewriting, and apparently it is very different from Manacled, which was the fanfic name. I've never read Harry Potter, and I want to read it, but I don't know if I'll be able to read it as an adult and think about it the same way as its intended target audience. And I also would just buy them all secondhand because I don't want to support that author. Here's the synopsis on this one. Once a promising alchemist, Helena Marino is now a prisoner of war and her own mind. Her resistance friends and allies have been brutally murdered, her abilities suppressed, and the world she knew destroyed. In the aftermath of a long war, Palladia's new ruling class of corrupt guild families and depraved necromancers, whose vile undead creatures help bring about their victory, holds Helena captive. According to the Resistance records, she was a healer of little importance within their rank, but Helena has inexplicable memory loss of months leading up to her capture, making her enemies wonder, is she truly as insignificant as she appears? Or are her lost memories hiding some vital piece of the Resistance final gambit? To uncover the memories buried deep within her mind, Helena is sent to the High Reeve, one of the most powerful and ruthless necromancers of this new world. Trapped on his crumbling estate, Helena's fight to protect her lost history and preserve the last remaining shreds of her former self is just beginning. For her prison and captor have secrets of their own. Secrets Helena must unearth, whatever the cost. So yeah, I'm still nervous. It sounds so interesting. It's crazy because these pages are so thin, but it's still a big book. It's over 1,000 pages. I'm scared of it. We're getting closer. So I know that before the end of the year, I want to read another Christmas book. And this is Lindsey Kelk's latest release, Christmas Fling. And this is going to be so fun. I already know. When I was listening to Lindsey and Allie talk about it, it just sounded so fun. And I just cannot wait to have all my Christmas decorations up and get cozy on the couch and read this book with some nice ambience on. I think it's going to be so fun. Laura was all set for a quiet solo Christmas, just her, a bottle of wine, and house sitting for a stranger. But when the stranger's parents mistake her for his mystery girlfriend, she is swept off to the Scottish Highlands with Caleb and his whole family. Between the cozy sleeper train, charming pubs, and breathtaking views, this could be the no-strings-attached Christmas of Laura's dreams. But stranger Callum is hot, hilarious, and their fake chemistry is off the charts. So is this just a Christmas fling, or is this the start of something more? That sounds so fun. I love fake dating. And apparently it's just it's supposed to be really funny, but the dynamics between her and his parents. So I'm super excited for that one. It's going to be so good. I haven't read a Lindsey Kelk book, but just meeting her in person made me want to read all of her books because she was so sweet. Second to last book is Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. And this one is beautiful. I got this one from Emily from Whatnot. So it did come with the cute book review that she always includes. So I'm excited for this one. So this is the first one in the series. There's 2 books. So it's Bewitched and Bespelled. So this one is a witchy book, of course. At age 20, Celine Bowers desperately hopes to be accepted into the Henbane Coven, an academy for young witches. Since one of the requirements for entry is to connect with her powers via a quest through the wilderness, Celine books a trip to South America. When the nefarious supernatural force tries to drag her plane from the sky, excuse me? Celine's magic awakens to save her life at a cost. Using her powers, devours her memories one by one. Oh, I like that. Worse, when Celine braves the jungle and discovers the source of the attack, she finds herself awakening an ancient evil, Memnon the Cursed, who mistakes Celine for his long-dead wife. The wife who betrayed him. Celine manages to escape and begin her studies at Henbane. But when Memnon turns up at the Coven and witches are found dead across campus, Celine becomes entangled in a dangerous plot. Accused of the murders on the basis of her memory loss, Celine must rely on Memnon's help for answers, and his plans for her will change everything. It sounds good, right? Like, these are books that I should have been reading in October, but I hardly read any books in October. It is what it is. The last one, I needed some fluffiness after all of these like heavier books. Not all of them, but a lot of them are, you know, pretty heavy. I have Bewitched, Alchemised, Wild Reverence. I don't know if that's going to be heavy. Katabasis might be heavy. And the Heir of Fire is most likely going to be heavy, and the other ones are pretty light. So I have another light one to kind of squeeze in between them, but I did get it for like the $5 book that you can buy whenever you buy a treat from the cafe at Barnes & Noble, and that's Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I know that this is a series. There's a second one, I think. I don't know if they're connected or just like interconnected with the characters in the same world, so we'll see. So this one is about young adults, and I think they're in high school, so that's like I don't know. Let's see. Hopefully I finish this one. If I DNF it, then I DNF it. Liz Buxom has always known that Wes Bennett was not boyfriend material. You would think that her next door neighbor would be a prime candidate for her romantic comedy fantasies, but Wes has only proven himself to be a pain in the butt ever since they were little. Wes was the kid who put a frog in her Barbie dream house, the monster who hid a lawn gnome's severed head in her little homemade neighborhood book exchange. Jeez. Flash forward 10 years from the great gnome decapitation. It's Liz's senior year, a time meant to be rife with milestones, perfect for any big screen, and she needs Wes's help. See, Liz's forever crush, Michael, has just moved back into town, and horribly annoying, he's hitting it off with Wes. Meaning that if Liz wants Michael to finally notice her and hopefully be her prom date, she needs Wes. He's her in. See, like, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But as Liz and Wes scheme to get Liz her magical prom moment, she's shocked to discover that she actually likes being around Wes. And as they continue to grow closer, she must re-examine everything she thought she knew about love and rethink her own perception of what happily ever after should really look like. So yeah, it sounds cute. I just don't know how I'm gonna feel about high schoolers. Like, I don't like high schoolers. I don't like teenagers. Oh, but look how cute. I love that. Those are my 10 before the end. Let's see if I could get through these. I have faith in myself, but I also really need to look on Libby and see if I could find any of these audiobooks and go from there. But I think that I should be okay. And yeah, that's it. So if you stuck around, if any of these books are on your TBR, let me know. I'm so curious. If you have read any of these and you have like good things to say about the books, definitely let me know as well. I'm super curious. And yeah, that's it. So I'll see you next video. Have a great day and take care. Bye-bye.